All right, hello everyone. I'm uh I'm here with to look at some comments of the assholish variety. There's a lot of them, trust me. There's so many of these comments. Good God. And to be fair, like all these comments are pretty reasonable. Like a lot of them are, pretty shit. Like let's be real here. A lot of these comments are just fucking awful. Like goddamn. Look at this one I got 2 hours ago. He has a life. He's not going to stay the same forever. Weird for you to think that. Do you have a life? Ups and downs, that's still a life. You'll go through it. And it's like, yeah, of course I have a life. Fuck, I mean, I gotta go to work in bloody hour and a half, basically. So, of course I have a life. And like, and I'm gonna reiterate for the 1000th time because no one seems to be reading the comments or whatever. But like, I know I was wrong about talking about his children. That's a pretty low blow, and that was that was terrible of me to say things like that. I've got nothing against his children. I've absolutely nothing against James Rolfe's children. I don't know anything about his children. I'm sure they're great kids. I've got nothing against them personally. But I was honestly saying it as more of a joke than anything because I thought it'd be funny, and some people found it funny, but a lot of people didn't. So that's the one thing I am regretful about on the video. I do apologize for that because that was very insensitive of me, and I'm definitely not going to be doing commentary on his children because that's just a low blow. Like even like looking back on it, I was like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? But there was a lot of comments of that, which was fair enough. But these comments are just, and there's certain like users as well. Like there's certain users who are just fucking. I'm gonna zoom. There are certain users who are just like, they went on and on, like, oh my god. I actually had a bunch of people today, like just a couple hours ago, saying that I spent a lot of time doing research on Mike's dick, which honestly, it didn't take long for me to find all the info out about that whole incident because pretty well documented. Like Mike Matei did post a willy on the Cinemassacre Reddit and Twitter and Tumblr. I think it was pretty much all the Cinemassacre socials. So it didn't take long to find the dick in question. Honestly, and I mean, I think he did end up deleting all the pictures, but like, it's on the internet like forever. And I mean, there were some people saying that there you go, on Baxter Bunny. There were some people who were saying that it wasn't his dick, which I'm not ready to fucking go and prove them wrong. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. I don't fucking know. But even if it does end up not being his dick, that's even like more pathetic because that means he went on like a website looking for a nice big juicy dick picture and was like, yep, I'm gonna say this is mine. And like, and the thing is that both of those things are things Mike Matei would totally fucking do. Like he would either get another dick picture that isn't his and be like, yeah, this is mine, or he would take a picture and have some measuring tape next to it. Like those are things he probably would do because he's that kind of guy. He's a swell guy. Um, but yeah. What else have we got here? There's so many comments. There's literally thousands of fucking comments on this video. Like, oh, dude. Some guy saying I look like Shang Tsung, which is clearly, supposed to be an insult, but I love Shang Tsung, so I took that as a huge compliment. there was a lot of this, like a lot of like, oh, I'm only talking about Cinemassacre for views, which just isn't true. Like I've never been involved in YouTube just for fucking views. Like you can make videos about things you're interested in, you know, without having to be like, oh, this is clickbait, or this is, you know, this is clearly just for views, just for clout, blah blah blah. Like that's a very common theme with a lot of these comments. They tend to. I mean, I laugh a lot. A lot of these comments are just like you'll see when I get down to it that you're gonna see a lot of the same dude commenting on every single like replying to every single comment, just pretty much saying the same thing ad nauseum, just being like, oh, you know, this guy clearly hates James, he's jealous, he's, you know, he wishes he had 3 million subscribers, he wishes he had billions of views on his channel, and it's like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, YouTube's a fucking hobby for me. Like, I do these videos in my spare time, you know? Fucking... I mean, I'm not doing them as much as I used to, because recently got a job and I'm working, so it's not, you know, a thing I do all the time now, but like when I was in lockdown, which, I mean, we're still in lockdown, but when I was like at home, like all the fucking time, I'd find shit to make videos about, and like that Cinemassacre video in question has been like on the table for like the last month or two. Like I was thinking about it, like how I would make it and everything, and like and a lot of people, I think it came out around the same time the podcast came out. I think the podcast might have come out like a day before, or even the same day as the video, which was just purely coincidental. I haven't even watched the podcast yet, to be quite honest. It's I have to. I was thinking about doing a stream where we could all watch it and, you know, comment on it. And I'm not gonna say shit all over it, because you never know. Like, it might actually end up being kind of interesting. Like, I mean, I felt that way about rental reviews. I was like, okay, rental reviews is absolute dog shit because all these people were saying it was terrible and blah blah blah. But then I ended up watching a couple, and I was like, hey, this is kind of good actually. Like, other than Justin. Justin is like the one blemish on that fucking show, because he's basically like the, oh, you all like this? I didn't like it. Like, it literally, like, almost every single video, he was like that. Hello, Nintendo Geek 45. Hope you're having a great day. But, I'm glad you agreed. I mean, I admit that there are some things wrong with that video, but, I feel like the Cinemassacre, like, fan base is just completely fucking unreasonable. Like, you cannot say a bad thing about James Rolfe about being bombarded by, like, you're jealous, you're a troll, you're a hater. Like, it's just so fucking... It's such a... shit reasoning. I don't know. What else have we got? Again, I gave your video a shot. It is just funny to see people question others' success and how they do business when they have 1.2k subscribers. But sure, man, tell them how it's done. It's like, dude, there's similar comments where it's like, oh yeah, he has 3 million subscribers. You have 1.2k after being on YouTube for 10 years. It's like, dude, I didn't start seriously uploading to YouTube until like, what, fucking... I think May this year. Like, he's got a 15 fucking year head start on me. Of course he's gonna have more subs. Like, I'm pretty sure in 15 years I'm not even gonna have 1 million. But like, it's just such a shit reason to be like I'm not, like, I fucking oh dude, like, you cannot say a fucking thing about him. It's terrible. It's so, like, I knew the Cinemassacre fanboys were really bad, but I didn't think they were this bad. I honestly thought a lot of people would be like, okay, this guy is clearly, you know, like they have very thin skin. Like, honestly, this was the only video I was gonna do about Cinemassacre, but seeing how fucking like intense the reaction was to it, I kind of want to do more. Like, I had so many fanboys threatening me, being like, "Oh, you gotta take this down. This is dog shit. This is bullshit. You have to take this video down." And honestly, saying shit like that doesn't fucking work. If anything, that makes me want to do more videos, like just to piss them off. Because I know that there's so many of these comments who are like, and what's confusing is that there are people who comment and they're clearly dissatisfied with the video, but they subscribed. So like, they clearly want to get more angry at my videos. Like they want to know when they come out. It just confuses me. It's really like, you'll see some of these comments that say really negative shit, but they'll have the little like sub like icon next to them. It's really weird. You get these ones where they don't say any like reason. It's like you have zero room to be trashing anyone else, and it's like, why? like it's a free country, my dude. I can fucking talk shit about anyone I want. It's like I'm cyber fucking bullying him. Like, god, I'm pretty sure James doesn't give a fuck about what I have to say. Like, let's get that out of the way. Like, do you think James Rolfe saw this video and watched the whole half hour? I don't think so. Maybe the Screenwave crew would, because I know they monitor the subreddit quite frequently, the Cinemassacre Truth. And Kieran has put out many tweets and whatnot saying, you know, this subreddit is a hate Reddit, and tried to get it banned and everything. Like, I have a feeling James wouldn't give a fuck though. I don't know. Hello, Zinc. Yeah, I mean, I think like, for the record, I don't think the news, like, the AVGN episodes, the newest ones, are kind of meh. Like, I don't think they're absolute dog shit. Like, every now and again, there will be a line or something that'll get a chuckle out of me. But like, fucking overall, it's definitely not great. Like, it's average at best. I mean, that's no problem if, you know, you love James Rolfe and you don't care what he puts out, as long as he's still putting stuff out. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you're phoning it in, like, why would you keep going? Like, it's just so, I don't know. Like even clearly, like, he's doing this for a paycheck now, which, I mean, it's a job. It's a job for him. I can understand why he does it. But like just admit that the quality of the episodes has gone down a bit. And I still firmly believe that fucking, I don't have time for anything, dude. Like, you should. I firmly believe that if he worked on these episodes by himself, I reckon they'd still be higher quality than anything that Screenwave has helped him with. Like, I watched the behind the scenes video, and he was saying, like, if I worked by myself, I'd maybe put out 3 videos a year. And I'm like, dude, that's fine. Like, as someone who is a fan of JonTron, where he disappears for months at a fucking time. Like, sometimes he won't put out a video for like half a year. And I mean, I think JonTron's actually a bigger YouTuber than James Rolfe, to be fair. Every video he gets a couple mil views. Sorry, Declan. Who's NC? I'll give you my opinion. Did he? So he actually did sell the rights to Screenwave, did he? Because it's still very vague on that. I heard a lot of things about it, but I couldn't really find sort of proof about it to put it in the video. But I'll have to look at it again. I mean, to be fair, his behind the scenes video was kind of a response video, but like, I feel like there's a sort of very vague, smug undertone with the video. Like, he was very sort of like, oh, if you don't like it, then too bad. That's the vibe I was sort of getting from it. It was like, oh, if you don't like it, then don't watch it, which is just cop out fucking excuse. Like, fucking, but yeah. I didn't mind the Mega Man episode, even though I think it's hilariously ironic because he goes back in time to tell him that, you know, if he what is it, like, if you don't want to put in as much effort in the sequels as you do, you know, the older games, then why bother doing it at all? It's sort of like, it's a bit on the nose. I mean, he's clearly burnt out. Like, I mean, he said in the video he was definitely burnt out. Like, I honestly wouldn't mind if he fucking just put out, like, a couple videos a year. Like, because it's easy to do the podcast and shit. Because all you have to do is just set it up and film, and there you go. But, like, I don't know, like, and I feel like James and Mike Monday is like, it was hilarious to me that, like, he was really, but Mike was saying he only had 8 hours a month to film James and Mike Mondays, which is insane. Like, that is... And looking at clips of James and Mike Mondays right before it ended, it looks like he's in agony. Like, oh, I mean, I have my suspicions that he didn't even actually play that game himself. Like, I think a lot of the recordings, Screenwave probably plays the game for him. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the thing that struck me the most about the behind the scenes video was, like, it felt like the roles between Screenwave and James were reversed. Like, I feel like Screenwave should be doing all the maintenance and shit, not James. Like, why do you have a whole crew, but you still do all the maintenance, like, majority of the maintenance yourself? It makes no sense. Like, I don't know. Also, about Nostalgia Critic, I honestly don't know much about Nostalgia Critic. I've never really watched his videos, to be quite honest, but he seems like, from what I've heard of him, he seems like a bit of a dickhead, for lack of a better word. But, oh yeah, I mean, he mentions in the video that, he's under contract to do 2 episodes a month, which I can understand that he's under a time crunch, but, like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of those problems would be gone if he didn't have Screenwave there. Like, I feel like he'd be getting the same, if not more, money from each video if he was just working on them himself. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not even equal anymore. It's like 1.4k versus 1.7k dislikes. I honest to God, if he had, like, a full-time job, that would explain a lot. But, like, I just don't understand, like, where all his time goes. It's terrible. I don't know. Like, children and stuff do take up time, but, like, there are so many other content creators out there who have children and they still manage to put out A-grade content, even without a crew to help them. Like, it's just by themselves and maybe one other person. I don't know. Oh man, so many comments. I'd say DSP is 1,000 times worse than Mike. I mean, the DSP is a horrible person in general. Like, he's probably one of the worst people to ever exist on the internet other than Chris Chan. He's awful. DSP is like 1,000 times more insufferable than Mike. I mean, he basically did a Mike where he cranked one out on stream. Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, I'll be here for fucking hours explaining why DSP is terrible, but you know. How you going, Retro Gamer Chris? Oh man, fucking, I know, I'm working over 540. I'm really fucking, I'm towing the line here. I mean, I agree with you, free G Ninja. I would actually rather him do, like, the basic videos again than the epic sort of, you know, effect-filled ones, like the Rob the Robot episode and the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas one. That one sort of... I mean, I'm sure there are worse YouTubers out there, VFL, but DSP's pretty fucking bad. Like, he scams people. Like he exploits people, and he demands like, you know, respect for just sitting on his ass and streaming all fucking day, which is really bad. Um, but yeah, I think Jen. Yeah, I mean, it's clear to me that he's burnt out. I mean, Screenwave Media guys, I think, are they're definitely more about movies and stuff than gaming. Like, I think gaming is sort of like just a side thing for them. I mean, it's the same with James. Like, I think James admitted from a very long time ago that he was more interested in movies and games. Like, so from what I understand, when he started AVGN, he was going through games that he played as a child. So the anger was like actually legit, and like it came from like sort of a deep place. Whereas now it's like whenever there's a new AVGN, it's more than likely going to be about a game he'd never heard of until Screenwave brought it up. Like, no more time. That's a good one. No more time. Wings of Redemption. I've heard bits and pieces about him. He seems like a pretty entertaining fellow to watch. Entertaining in the way that you find a train wreck entertaining. Again, I don't know much about him. I don't follow many YouTubers, to be quite honest. I've been following DSP for a couple years, and I take breaks from him because honestly, he's just looking at his face brings my blood to a fucking boil. He has such a bad head. Good God, I don't know. I don't like the Rob the Robot video. I think it's just I like the AVGN when he's just reviewing a game and saying how fucking shit it is. Like I don't like it when it gets all like all special effects and just all that shit. That stuff is just worthless to me. Like I'm sure it's technically impressive and it takes a lot of work to do, and I respect that, but I just don't give a shit. I just don't care. I mean, Boogie, like, I think it's been pretty well established now that Boogie likes to. He's a bit of an attention whore, let's be real. Like, he likes to get involved, because, I mean, he likes to be relevant. I don't know much about Boogie. I know he lost a lot of weight, didn't he? And didn't he, like, split up from his wife or something? I think that was years ago. That's the last thing I heard about him, but. That and when he pulled the gun on the fan that was stalking him or whatever. I mean, Justin is just he's Justin. Like he's gonna be him, you know. Yeah, I was actually gonna say, Zinc, that the only times where I sort of appreciate their effects are in like Mario 3, where it's sort of like, you know, it takes a back seat to the reviewing, which is what I like. That's good. I find that to be. I never liked Boogie either, honestly. I mean, I can't really comment because I've never really gone out of my way to watch his stuff, but it just seemed like he'd like to complain about shit, which is ironic because I'm complaining about Cinemassacre right now. But here we go. Here's another chestnut of a comment. James has been uploading amazing videos on YouTube for almost 15 years. 15 years. The amount of effort this guy has put in is unbelievable. Yeah, I think he's earned a part retirement from it all and be able to take things a little easier since he has a family, etc. Christ, most complaints about James Rolfe boil down to jealousy. I think what people don't understand is that I don't want James Rolfe to fail. Like, I think there's a lot of people who go into this video thinking that I want James Rolfe to be in the streets, in the gutter. You know, I want the channel to crash and burn. I want him to succeed. I'm a fan of James Rolfe, like, but the thing is, these people don't understand that you can fucking, like, criticize a YouTuber whilst also having respect for him and admiration. Like, because you like someone, it doesn't mean like you can't have a bad opinion on them. Like, it's just, I don't know. I like to make fun of James Rolfe because honestly, it's funny. All those memes about 540 and no time and my kids and fucking all the other great things I've seen from the subreddit, they're fucking hilarious. They're great. Like, I make fun of, that's what a good fan base does. They roast their fucking, they roast the YouTuber, but it's like done in a sort of a way that it's like, you know, oh, I still like you. But for some reason, God Emperor James Rolfe has like immunity to criticism, which is just ridiculous. Like, because he's been on YouTube for 15 years, he can't do anything wrong. I don't know. What do you think is your favorite AVGN episode overall? I mean, probably not a single episode, but the Castlevania retrospective is probably one of my favorites because I don't know, I love Castlevania, and I think and like he pretty much has the exact same opinions that I do about Castlevania, which is probably one of the things I like about James Rolfe. He has good taste in video games. Super Castlevania 4 is his favorite. That's my favorite. So yeah, when he's talking about like the nostalgia in Castlevania 4, it's like, yeah, I feel it, dude. Yeah, like I watched the video, and the only point where I think I come off as like an asshole is like when I'm talking about his kids. That's when I think I've stepped over the line. But I think everything other than that, it's like, I think I'm being aggressive, but I think my intentions are good with the advice. Oh, you mean recent? Best recent Cinemassacre video. I don't know. Like, fuck, I haven't watched them enough to have like an opinion on them, to be quite honest. Hold on, I'll have a look through his videos because I think I did actually like the one he did about the crow. But I think it's because the game itself is so shit that it's sort of like memorable. Like, I don't know. I like that one. Also, I'm willing to believe that these Mario Maker videos, I'm pretty sure it's like Kieran and Justin and Tony making them. I don't know. I mean, he's a celebrity, like, in a way that people know about him. And like, even if he was a celebrity, it's like, you can make fun of fucking celebrities. Like, all these people are acting like, you know, James Rolfe is the saint of YouTube, and you know, he's never done a bad thing ever in his life. And it's like, dude, like, they overlooked so much bad shit. Like, fucking, like, Kyle and Bootsy were like his best friends, and he basically just fucking turfed them out. Like, he just fucking like went, get the hell out of here, you know. Like, even though they both put in so much work on his like videos and projects, where he basically thanked them just by being like fucking removing them from the channel, like removing them from he basically did a WWE where they removed any mention of them from like the, you know, the series. Like, it's just such a horrible thing to do. And there were so many people making excuses for Mike Matei's bullshit. Like, there were so many people who were like surprisingly relaxed about him not paying for that Klingon costume. It's like imagine if you paid someone like $300 to make a fucking costume, or if someone paid you 300. Like, yeah, like if you fucking hold on, I can't speak English. This is my speech impediment coming in. My brain's racing faster than my mouth. Like, imagine if someone commissioned you for a costume and you had to fucking pay for all the materials yourself, which is excess of over $100. And then right when you're about to finish the costume, they go, you know what, this is taking too long, I'm gonna pass. And like, you'd be pissed off. You'd be super pissed. You'd want your fucking money back. You'd be like, okay, you better pay me. And there were so many people who were like, who cares? It's just some old lady. Like, I'm sure I'll find the comment. Like, go down, but like there were so many people who were like, who cares? And it's like these people are willing to make so many fucking excuses for like horrible things. I mean, Mike Matei is an asshole. Let's not dispel that notion. Yeah, I agree with you, Cloud X Vita. I think the AVGN movie, I think he was expecting it to be like his big break into mainstream cinema. I think he was expecting that to be like the big, like, his gateway into, you know, the Hollywood, basically. But it just ended up being flaccid as all hell. I am Australian. I am yep. I know some people find the accent a bit confusing at times. I personally enjoyed the Schwarzenegger AVGN episode, because I think there was still a semblance of like the old sort of style of video there. I don't think they'll be making any more AVGN games, period, to be quite honest, because let's be real here. He doesn't have time to make any more games. I mean, I am inclined to agree with you, Nintendo Geek 45. If I had children, I would be making it a point to not mention them on the channel. I know the internet is a fucking weird place of a bunch of weirdos, and there'd be people who would be trying to find out shit about my kids, and because they don't like me. And like, there's an example I can think of. There's H3 Productions, and they talk about their kids all the fucking time, which is fair enough. They're allowed to talk about their kids. It's their channel; they can do what they want. But like, there were numerous occasions where they got swatted, and their kid's life was in danger. Like, they were one misstep away from, you know, having some very bad shit happening to them. So like, it might be me being paranoid, but like, I think it's completely reasonable for me to be like, yeah, don't mention your kids, because there's some fucking sickos out there, man. Shit Pickle is still better than Justin Silverman, dude. I refuse. I refuse to comment on the behind the scenes video. Yeah, I don't really get it with I haven't seen it with any other YouTubers. Like, there'll always be people in every fan base that are like diehards, and they'll fucking just straight up be like, hey, you know, leave that YouTuber alone. They've done nothing to you, blah blah blah. But like, holy shit, I didn't expect this much backlash from that video. It was terrible. What else have we got? What other comments? I am working on the Dark Side Phil video. There's so much shit to go over with him, it's not even funny. I don't even know where to start with him. I'm thinking of doing it in parts, because otherwise the video would be like 3 hours long. Even longer. I haven't watched the Irate Gamer in fucking years. I have to pay a visit to his channel again, because has he gotten better? Like, I don't know. He had that very, very small collaboration with AVGN, didn't he? It was like the Dick Tracy video, I think. I love these comments. This video is why I hate the internet now. It's like, damn. It doesn't take much for you to get upset. Like, LMAO fucking... Alright, here we go. This one is really like... This is very strange. Like, this guy was a fucking lunatic. Like, this guy just kept commenting over and over and over again. And to be fair, I probably shouldn't have replied to most of his comments. Dude has no time for time management. But, he's like, obviously, no one agrees with you, even on the internet. And it's like, dude, there's 1.4k fucking likes. There's a bunch of people who agreed with my video. Like, they're fucking lying out of their butt at this point. I don't know what he meant by this. It's like, we Americans hate you in general. Like, I don't know if he's talking about me or Australians or I don't know. It's like he's like, I hate liberals. It's like I guess he thinks I'm a liberal. I don't know. I don't know what that has to do with the fucking video at all. But go on. I'm a Republican factory worker. I hate goddamn liberals. Grab your powder, grab your gun, report to General Washington. I don't know. So yeah, you would think that this is a downfall. Go USA, grab your guns, grab your gear, down with the Biden regime, stand up against these 1984 motherfuckers. I don't know what this guy is on about. I think he's legitimately insane. That's probably the most batshit insane comment I've got on this fucking video, and it's not even about James. I don't know. Take COVID and shove it. Didn't get a fucking view until some Aussie botched about James. That's always a thing with these comments too. There was so many people who were like, oh, your channel wasn't relevant until you made a comment about James Rolfe, and it's like, dude, I have like all these iceberg videos I've done that have gotten more views than this video, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Like, and like, why does it matter if I'm fucking relevant or not? Like, if you're only doing YouTube for fame and fortune, then I feel fucking sorry for you. Like, if you're not doing it for fun, then why the fuck are you even doing it at this point? Like, God, like, there's way better subject matters I could do if I wanted to get easy fucking views. Like, I could have gone with someone that the universe hates, like, in general. Like, I'm sure when I make the DSP video, that video will be unanimously, like, lauded as, like, one of the best things I've ever done, because people love to hate DSP. And I don't blame them. I mean, James Rolfe, to me, seems like a very sort of timid person. He's not the sort of fan who would... He's not the sort of guy who would sort of speak up against fans. Like, I don't know. He seems like, and I say this with the utmost respect, but I think he's lacking a bit of a backbone, because he kind of just let Screenwave, like, fucking tell him what to do, and, you know, how to... He basically became a slave to the algorithm, even though he didn't need to, because he's AVGN, he gets views no matter what. But they made his thumbnails look all dumb and stupid because it suits the algorithm, you know, like, it's just so... Like, they basically, like, turn the channel from, like, a passion project into a business, which is never good for creativity. Like, I feel like videos would be better if you know, you're making them in your own time rather than being like, all right, we're on a schedule, we're contracted to make 2 videos a month, we gotta pump this shit out. Like, it's just, anything on a time crunch is just gonna suffer creatively, in my opinion. Again, yeah, that's how I feel about James, Suzuki fan. I fucking probably said that wrong. But, he seems like a cool guy, honestly. But, like, he's stuck in the trap of, like, okay, like, this is the only thing he can do for money. And, honestly, like, do you think he'd be making this many videos if he was by himself? Fuck no. Like, I remember back in the day when, and I think this was around when he was making the AVGN movie, it was very rare to see him upload any videos. Like, I think this was around the time when Mike was sort of uploading a fair bit. When he was, like, in charge of the channel for that time. But, you maybe saw 1 or 2 AVGN episodes a year, maybe. What else have we got? Oh, this Flapjack Juice guy was a fucking moron, too. I mean, to be fair, like, I do agree with what a lot of people say on the Cinemassacre Truth subreddit. Like, a lot of it is legitimate criticism, but a lot of it is also just people making fun of James. And it's like, well, how can you... That's not really feedback. Like, there are people having cracks at his wife, too. Like, I don't know anything about his wife. The only thing I know about April is that she said that Caucasian sausage fest comment, which, I don't know, that does make her sound a little bit arrogant, but I don't know. Excuse me. But there were a lot of people, joking about how April might be like James is like a cuckold and April's getting like fucked by all these black dudes. It's like it's so that's a bit over the line for me. Like that's a bit like disrespectful, I think, because we don't know anything. Like I don't know that the whole 540 thing was that just because April it was time for James's pegging from April. I don't know. Sorry, no, it was 5:40 about an hour ago for me, Retro Gamer Chris. I'm going overtime. Currently 6:44 at the moment. Yes, this flapjack juice guy was just going ape shit. He called me a simp, which I don't think he knows what a simp is. I'm very certain flapjack juice is 13 years old. Like he went on a tangent and a half. I mean, I'm inclined to agree with that, Suzuki fan. A lot of the, I mean, 95% of the truth subreddit it's memes, and a lot of them are like, poking fun, which I think a lot of it is in good fun. But there are people out there who like will die on the hill of okay, James is a shill, you know, and they take it a bit too seriously. I think like there are some DSP detractors who are like that too. Like they spend all day watching his content as like a non-fan, which is like I feel like you'd have better things to do with your time, to be quite honest. But yeah, exactly. Like fucking. There were some people in the comments saying that the attitude that like the stuff I found out for the video was like I was like stalking him and like you know doing it was creepy and weird, and it's like, dude, this is all shit you can find on the internet. Like fucking they're acting like I'm outside his house like with a pair of binoculars looking through the window or something. Like it's not that hard to find. Like fucking like it's easy, it's accessible. Like all you have to do is just look up Cinemassacre Truth and there it all is. Like it's just it's there. Justin. Oh man, big Justin. He's carrying a big load on him. He's got the world on his shoulders, Justin Silverman. God damn. What else have we got? Justin sucks. Oh shit. There's so many people in the comments who just don't give a shit about Justin. It's funny. Yeah, like fucking because I did some research. Yeah, I to be fair, I shouldn't have responded to that flapjack guy because I'm sure he's a kid. I'm sure he's a child. Like 1,000% sure he's like someone who like that's the sort of shit like I don't know. It just got to me when he called me a simp. I was like, you don't know what a simp is. Like that this is the wrong context. Like you said I'm a simp for Cinemassacre, which is like if I was simping for Cinemassacre, wouldn't I be just saying nothing but positive shit for them? Like I don't know. He is a prick. He's look up the word contrarian in the dictionary and a picture of him comes up. Like he's a fucking moron. Ugh. I mean, don't quote me on this, but like, I guarantee you, in a couple years' time, there'll be some shit that comes out about him that is less than uh, satisfactory. It's to put it, lightly. I reckon he's got some weird skeletons in his closet. I mean, he was friends with a guy who liked to look at, CP, which is like, I don't know. When you hang around with those kinds of people, it's, very. I'm not going to say any more about it. I don't know, but there's something off about him. There's something very, very off about him. And as a side note, pretty much every comment that was defensive of Cinemassacre was defensive about James, and some were defensive about Mike. Whereas no one gave a shit about Screenwave. No one said anything about me making fun of Screenwave. like, James is untouchable, but Screenwave, they're fair game. Fair game. Like, even to the people who like Cinemassacre's content, they don't give a shit about Screenwave. I don't know. I mean, this comment was sort of cool too. It was like, people are saying it's amazing that he's still going, be thankful that he's still doing vids, etc., but it isn't really. Like, what's the point of going if you're not interested in the subject matter? There's come a point where he's just like, you're doing it for money. If his heart isn't in it anymore, why not just call it quits? Can't think of any reason to keep your site on life support other than you just want the pennies to keep rolling in. Which I think is true. Like, I mean, I think he's doing it for the fat check. It's very clear to me. Like, he has a family to support now, and it's no longer about, you know, the actual videos. It's about, you know, I gotta support my family. He probably has it in the basement somewhere. Let's be real here. We all wrote essays too. Like, this guy fucking wrote like a massive. Actually, I don't think it's this guy, but there's another guy who fucking wrote like 6 paragraphs, and I was just like, holy fuck, I don't want to read this right now. Like, I am not interested. Like, sorry, dude. I just don't get. I was see if anyone's responded to comments now. None. That's alright. Well, you see, brown electrons. I've altered the electrons in reality, so I've moved them backwards. So now it's before 540. So now I have more time. Yeah, I think one of the big arguments I also saw on this video was people saying like, it's free. Why are you complaining? And it's like, my time isn't free. like because you haven't paid for this content, you have no right to complain about it. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of like boomers in the comments too. It's like, James's kids, nothing takes up time and energy more than kids, and I'm like, it doesn't take up all your time, and it's like, it does if you're raising your kids right. I don't know, like, I've known plenty of people who their parents were always working and they had a great upbringing. I don't know. Oh yeah, I mean, I think a lot of this was like a knee-jerk reaction. Because I legitimately don't think people are used to James Rolfe getting any sort of criticism. Yeah, my time is valuable, retro gamer Chris. no time to manage my time management. What is it? Why don't you make your own damn original content instead of just shitting on a big name to get views with the same name Cinemassacre in the title? Ask Bowley. I appropriately commented with, I do make my own original content, you brainlet. I don't know. I hate there was so many comments like that where it's like, make your own damn content, and it's like, I do. It's just you're all too lazy to click on my channel and see that I have plenty of other videos, like, that I spent a lot of time on. I'm still pissed off that my Castlevania iceberg's got less views than this. I spent weeks on that fucking video and it only got like 7,000 views or some shit. So pissed off. Ah, here we go. This guy says with 1.5k subs, Cinemassacre is a great channel. Love the podcast. Everything James touches is gold. As long as you have 1,000 hardcore fans, you can survive off your art. Well, James literally has millions of subs. Cinemassacre ain't going nowhere, buddy. Nice try, though. Like, these people are so fucking defensive. Like, I never once said, like, I don't think I made the impression in the video that I wanted Cinemassacre to crash and burn. Like, if anything, I thought I was being helpful with the video with some criticism. But there's these people out there who are like, Game Chicken hates Cinemassacre. He hates James Rolfe. He wants his kids to die. He wants his kids to suffer, live on the streets. Like, it's just so fucking... Get over yourself, dude. Like, you're defending some fucking e-celebrity that probably doesn't even give a shit about you. Who cares? I actually took a screenshot of when the time on my computer said 5:40. I was gonna post it on the YouTube community thing, but I didn't. Not yet. Maybe later. Exactly. I mean, people should be allowed to criticize freely about anything. Like, you're setting a bad precedent when you say you shouldn't criticize James Rolfe about this. Like, fucking... Like, that in a way is a form of, like, censorship. It's like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. James Rolfe's great. End of story. Yeah, exactly. Like, and when I say downfall, I'm not saying, like, it's a kamikaze fucking plane dive, you know, into the ground, you know, oh, they're going from 3 million subs to 1 million. I'm thinking it's, like, a gradual sort of thing. Like, I think over time, their fan base has gotten smaller and smaller. Like, yeah, they're getting more subs, but the viewership is going down overall, I think. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of new generation, like, Cinemassacre fans who love all the new shit that they're putting out, which is, you know, all power to them that they enjoy it. But, like, as someone who's been watching AVGN since the mid 2000s, it's like, I watch this and I'm just like, okay, this isn't great, you know, and I might have my, you know, rose tinted glasses on. I'm thinking about the good old days with the, you know, the old crew and everything, but, like, you have to admit, I think, like, yeah, the quality of the videos in terms of editing and whatnot have gone up, but, like, the actual content has sort of gone down, in my opinion. But I don't know. Exactly, you can't wrap your kids in cotton. That's how you, like, fuck them for when, like, when they grow up. Like, because there are people out there who fucking, they take criticism and they react so badly to it. Like, holy shit. I was like that when I was a teenager. When someone would say I'd do something and they'd be like, okay, this isn't great, I'd be like, what the fuck are you on about? Like, criticism is how you get better. Like, criticism is necessary. Otherwise, you'd have fucking... How can you grow as an individual if you don't accept criticism? Can't. It's impossible. Like, having a bunch of yes men around you is the most damaging fucking thing for a content creator. Like, if you teach someone that you can do no wrong, that's dangerous. That's when you have a DSP situation where you have all these fucking weirdos surrounding you saying, like, yeah, put on the vest, dude, put on the hat, I'll donate. Like, it's fucking... And then you get this delusional 40-something-year-old dude that fucking thinks everything he does is right and he did nothing wrong. That's how you become DSP. I'm willing to bet that a lot of the people who commented on this video probably watched like 5 minutes of it. And were like, I said one bad thing and they were like, no, this video's garbage. Shit. Yeah, I mean, every fandom has their group of yes men. They all fucking... They all have it. Like, it's a harsh reality of YouTube communities. Every content creator has yes men. That's just how it is. It's fucking... I mean, it's bad, but it's... You know. Justin is the new Mike to me. I don't know about that. I find what most alarming of all is that a lot of these commenters are huge hypocrites as well. Like, they had a go at me for making fun of Justin's weight and, you know, making fun of, you know, James, and say, this is terrible, you shouldn't make fun of people like that. And then I get comments like this where it's like, of course this is what you look like. And it's like, say whatever the fuck you want about me. I don't give a shit. Like, I've heard it all. You know, I've been on this rodeo many times, my friends. Like, I've heard it all, you know. You're a cracker, you know, I was bullied a lot in high school, so like there was a lot of shit that I put up with. So I have a pretty thick skin about shit like this. But like, fucking, you can't say like this is wrong, but then do the exact same thing to me. That makes you a hypocrite. It makes you a massive hypocrite. Like, don't take this moral high ground and then do the exact same fucking thing to me. It's just like, I feel like if you want to take that moral high ground, you wouldn't resort to the same tactics that I resorted to. Fat phobia. I mean, let's be real. It's fun to make fun of Justin Silverman. Like, it just is. Like, he's an asshole. So fuck it. I can't see this channel taking off, and it's like, oh well, that's fine. This guy got very upset as well. Ultra Cuck is appropriately named. Like, dude, nobody cares about your private life. Just upload as much content as possible and shut the fuck up. Like, damn, fucking, since you asked so nicely, I guess I'll upload more things, more garbage for you to ingest. Summary of this video. I'm a 30-year-old virgin that is stuck in the past and I'm scared of change. Damn, the camera must add fucking 5 years to me. Like, holy shit. I'm 30 now, fellas. I'm old. Yeah, it's like, this guy's standing up for himself. How dare he? Fucking, this guy's responding back. What a fucking asshole. I mean, I hope to God Justin doesn't take over AVGN. I'd anyone other than the Screenwave crew could probably do a better job than any of them. Like, fuck. I reckon they should bring back Mike as the AVGN if James ever wants to retire. Because I think he'd be very different. But like, I mean, Mike is always, as much as if you hate Mike or love Mike, he is the heart and soul of AVGN. Like, I think a lot of the earlier episodes, especially, like, if a lot of the older episodes, especially, like, I think Mike might have actually done a lot of the writing as well. Like, a lot of that anger and stuff is from Mike. I mean, it's pretty safe to assume that any video that has a negative tone about Cinemassacre gets disliked into oblivion. Like, people cannot handle bad opinions about James Rolfe. It's impossible. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are some things. Of course, I don't like a lot of things about the new, like, the Screenwave crew and whatnot. Oh, there you go. I mean, he says that, but then you look at the behind-the-scenes video, and James is reading off a fucking teleprompter. So, obviously, he's not that great at memorizing scripts either, but it is kind of hard to memorize scripts, to be honest. Like, it's easy for me to say, because when I'm recording a video and doing voice lines, I have the fucking script right in front of me. I rarely ever ad-lib. So, it is kind of hard. I mean, I'm reading a script and I fucking stutter because I can't talk properly, apparently. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think he is better as that behind-the-scenes guy. Like, there are some moments where Mike is quite good. Like, when he's talking about something, he knows what he's talking about. Like, he knows, he has quite a bit of knowledge about video games, I'll give him that. But, like, other than that, you know, I don't think he'd do well with, like, scripted sort of comedy. This guy had the troll face. Like, there are comments better than this video, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna take criticism from a guy with a troll face profile picture. It's like, come on, dude, you're stuck in the fucking 2010s, man. There's also a lot of people who are surprisingly, like, very pro Loco Bandito, Mike Matei comics. Like, there were people calling me a snowflake because I didn't find the Loco Bandito comics funny. Which, I mean, I like edgy sort of racist sort of humor, like when it's done right. Because the Loco Bandito comics are just straight up shit. Like it's literally just like N-word, haha, AIDS, Asian people, yellow, ho 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 ho. Like it's just so fucking shit. Like it's not done well. This guy had a go at me for not liking Family Guy, which I feel like a lot of people don't like Family Guy. I didn't know that was a bad thing to not like Family Guy, but whatever. Cinemassacre will always be awesome. I think both their egos are pretty fucking big, to be honest. Like, when you're surrounded by people who say you can do no wrong, it's pretty easy to get a fucking big head. Like, I'm pretty sure James went into that behind the scenes video and was like, yeah, you know, people were criticizing me? His comment, I mean, the matter of fact is the comics are just shit. Like, they're just terrible. Like, there was some fucking, like, troll face comics that are better than that shit. Like, they're fucking awful. Like, it's just, like, it's very juvenile humor. Like, it's not funny. Like, it's funny when you're 8 years old, but, like, they're just shit comics. Like, even he's come out and said that I regret doing those comics because they don't represent me as a person today, which is like fucking awful. Like they're terrible comics. Like you don't need to defend those comics. Like it just shows what sort of person you are defending them. I like edgy humor more than the next guy, but it's like it's not even good. Like it's about as subtle as a train crashing into your fucking living room. That the humor in those comics. Like, it's bad. A lot of people like fucking commenting about my like the way I talk too, which I think is kind of shitty. But hey, people will attack you, attack your character because you didn't agree with something they said. I haven't really been hyped up about anything AVGN related in probably the last 7 or 8 years, I'd say. Like, it'd mostly result in me, like, I'd click on a video, I'd click on YouTube and I'd be like, oh, it's a new AVGN. And then maybe in a couple of weeks, I might give it a watch if there's nothing else to watch. Like, what's the most recent episode? The Rocketeer, I think. I haven't watched it yet. I will end up watching it at some point, but you know, I'm not going out of my way to watch that shit. God damn, people were fucking just this guy like commenting over and over again. Holy shit. 540 was the only time his wife had available for pegging. You know, Justin is the backup for that one. Can you believe there were also people who got the shit to me because I said that one comment about his wife cracking the whip? Like, there were some people who got on my case because of that, which is so hard to believe. Like, holy shit. I honestly thought that comment was very, like, inoffensive. But, like, it just was, like, it was like a passing comment. I'm not even sure if I had that in the script, to be quite honest. But, like, I thought it was funny, but some people actually took offense to it. I don't know. Holy shit, look, like, this guy just wrote a fucking essay. Good god. what is this, YouTube TMZ? It's like you make one video about another channel and all of a sudden you're compared to that shit. I don't understand. Thanks to James, all my info is protected from hackers, and I'm using ExpressVPN right fucking now, dude. And I've got that wallet with the magnetic clip or whatever. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Oh no. Well, the sponsorship, he gets a pretty big chunk of money from sponsorships, I'm pretty sure. I don't know how much exactly, but I imagine for a big YouTube channel like that, it'd be at least a couple thousand, maybe even $10,000 or more. I don't know. I don't know anything about ad sponsorships and whatnot, but I imagine for a channel like his, they'd probably pay quite a mint. The only time any of your garbage content gets views is when you slander Cinemassacre like a coward. It's like, I feel like putting myself out there is probably the least cowardly thing to do. Like, I've got all these people fucking giving me shit, and I'm responding back to it, and then they're calling me a coward. Like, okay. I mean, Cinemassacre, if anyone from Cinemassacre is watching this, feel free to make a response video. Fucking give that shit to me. I'm ready. I've heard it all from these fucking nimrods. That's pretty much how I felt about the video. I was like, yeah, I'd be fine if you putting out 3 AVGN videos a year. Like, fucking, I'm a JonTron fan. You know how long we wait for fucking videos sometimes? It's like sometimes you're waiting 6-7 months for one video. It's only like 15 minutes. But it's good. It's worth the fucking wait. It's like, whenever I see JonTron come up on my fucking thing with a new video, I'm like, holy shit, new JonTron. I watch that shit straight away. That's hype. That to me is hype. And I know for a fact that someone's gonna watch this fucking stream and be like, oh, of course he's a fan of JonTron. Like, that piece of shit. Like, I don't know. They use anything against you. Haters gotta hate. A lot of these comments too. Like, so many like haters gonna hate comments. Good fucking lord. Oh, what time is it? It's 7:10. So I'll probably stream for about 15 more minutes. Then I will. Actually, I'll probably stream for about 10 more minutes, and then I'll call it quits because I gotta get to work, my dudes. But we'll read through some more dumbass comments. I believe the controversy was that he went on a stream with Destiny, and they were talking. They got into a debate about something political. I don't know, and I think JonTron brought up that the crime rate amongst like African Americans was higher than any other like race in America. And I think he said some things that were sort of like right-wing leaning that, you know, a lot of people didn't like. But I'll see you later, Nintendo Geek 45. But it basically boiled down to a political comment, I'm pretty sure, which I think he has since apologized for, and I think he was sort of like in the heat of the moment too. I know you can say dumb shit in the heat of the moment, especially when I think Destiny's a pretty big streamer, so he probably would have had thousands of people watching him, so you'd be under pretty intense pressure. But I don't exactly remember the comment he made, but it was something like that. And a lot of people were saying that JonTron's a Nazi, he's a racist, you know, he doesn't like black people, he has a less than stellar, you know, like he basically reported, yeah, it was statistics, like they were talking about statistics of crime in America or something, and he pointed out that crime rates were higher in communities with a lot of African Americans, which I'm not sure if that's true or not, but a lot of people gave him shit for that, and he was sort of cancelled for that, even though he's bigger than ever now, which is whatever. I mean, I make it a point to not talk about politics on my videos because it's a terrible subject no matter what fucking side you're on. Someone's always gonna give you shit. So I stay away from that shit. I'm not gonna fucking give my personal piece on it. But yeah. They're talking about politics if you wanna if you're running a YouTube channel, everyone. It's bad. Basically. Like I have some opinions that would probably be on the right wing leaning side, and I have opinions on the left side as well. Like I'm very much in the middle with that sort of thing, and there are people from both sides that give me shit. So it's like, whatever you do, you can't fucking win. So I'd rather not play at all. Like fuck that. But what was the other comment? Oh yeah, I mean, Game Grumps, that's a whole other fucking video there. I used to follow the Game Grumps quite closely, and I haven't really watched their videos in the last couple of years because Aaron gives me the shits, to be quite honest. He's very much like he's sort of like James in the way he's just sort of like hard-headed. Like you can't say anything to him, otherwise he'll get all defensive and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know, I don't know. Yeah, just don't ever talk about politics ever. It's just, I don't mind debating like shit like that, but like I wouldn't touch that shit with a 10-foot pole. Not on this channel. God no. That's something I'd talk about with my friends, not fucking random ass YouTubers on a comment section. But yeah. Yeah, there was that whole controversy with Danny Sexbang as well, with the with the, I think he was talking to a very young fan while he's, how old is Danny anyway? Isn't he like 40 now or something? I can't remember. I mean, I personally didn't think, I mean, I think it's sort of weird in general when an older guy goes after a much younger woman, but it's like, it's legal. Like, yeah, it'd be empowering if an older woman went for a much younger guy. That's the sort of double standard that society has, where it's like, it's okay for women to do something, but when a man does the exact same thing, all of a sudden he's a creepy old man that likes to prey upon young women. Whereas when it's a woman doing it, it's like, yeah, you go, girl. That's empowering. I mean, Aaron sucks in the video games in general. Let's be real here. I mean, I know she wasn't underage, but she was like significantly younger than him. That's what I was saying. That like the relationship in question was not illegal. It was, yeah, the age gap was big, but it's not illegal. Like there was nothing wrong with it per se. I mean, you can call into question, you know, him using his fame to, you know, get fucking get roots. I don't think anyone understands what the fuck I'm saying. To you know, get, you know, find women to bang, basically. That you can sort of be like, but like what he did, and I think even the woman who outed him was like, I have nothing against him. This is just what happened. You know, she wasn't trying to start shit, which is hilariously ironic because I think she would have known in the back of her head, okay, this might be a bad idea. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, people who say that shit don't have all the facts. They just they hear it from someone, then they go, "Oh, yep, that's it." You know, must be true. I don't know. This was a good comment. Always sounds like a fucking baby crying. Boo-hoo, offensive comics from 20 years ago. I don't even like Mike and only a passing interest in AVGN, but holy fuck, this video needs its baby bottle. This guy probably fucking has a Confederate flag on his fucking bumper. Honest to God. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these people are from, like, Alabama or some shit. It's okay to say the N-word. Totally fine. Oh my God. Essay. I mean, that might be an idea. Like, I'd have to watch some of the more recent Game Grumps videos to get an idea of what they're like now. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind. There's been a lot of controversy with the Game Grumps community too. I also have a feeling the Game Grumps fandom might actually be fucking worse than the Cinemassacre fandom, because I know for a fact that a lot of Game Grumps fans are very sort of touchy about criticism and stuff. They're called lovelies, but they're anything but fucking lovely. Like anything but. Like, dude, I actually went to a Ninja Sex Party concert a couple years back, and holy shit, you could tell that there was so many people there who were like, they were the types of people you'd find on Tumblr, and I was just like, I was rolling my eyes the whole fucking time. I was like, ugh, like fuck, I would not enjoy being around these people for too long. Like, plus the smell. Like, there were lots of people there who didn't know how to use deodorant. It was very smelly. I remember watching some videos about Game Grumps criticism. I know Aaron used to drop the M-bomb like it was fucking nothing. Same as Susie. And now all of a sudden that shit just doesn't exist anymore. It's like, ugh. So many people. Oh dear. Everyone with a dead as fuck channel, jump on the hating on AVGN bandwagon for clout, quick. Oh, dude, fucking. No one understands. Like, you can't make a criticism video about being like, oh, you're jumping on the hate bandwagon. Whoa. Like, I don't know. These people are fucking Mongos. I just came to downvote. Bye. This guy's a fucking Redditor. For sure. Like, who the fuck says downvote on fucking YouTube? Unless you're a Redditor. God fucking damn. Downvotes, all these downvotes. I think this comment says a lot as well. What I'm saying. People keep bringing up that he's 40 now and he has kids, life, etc. It's not addressing the true problem of the output of his content being god awful these days. It is associated with the no talent dweebs who filter in and out of his current content. The video renderer uses a good concept and should be down my nostalgia alley, but they are poorly conceived and aren't funny. Not to mention the average dweebs aren't fully prepared to discuss the movies most of the time. They usually say, I haven't seen this in years, but wasn't there a scene where blank happens? Compare this to Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst or Half in the Bag or Review, where the guys have genuine chemistry and know what they're talking about and fresh on the material. James has zero chemistry with these guys he works with, and now it's obvious he doesn't care. He's simply doing it for a paycheck. It was a bad business decision to part ways with the guys he had genuine chemistry with. That's basically a lot of the views I share. Like, I have no idea why he fucked off Kyle and Bootsy. Like, I don't think it's ever been clear. I mean, Kyle and Bootsy themselves have said that it was over money, which is a fucking shame because, like, James has this very nice guy persona that you think, like, oh, you know, he'd pay his friends, but obviously he fucking didn't. Or there was a dispute. Oh yeah, I remember back in the day when he was with JonTron, I think, they used to toss that word around all the fucking time. I don't think anyone even back in the day really gave a shit, but now, since it's, you know, you can't really say anything on the internet about getting shit on, it's be heavily frowned upon. I think if Game Grumps started now, they would be in the shit straight away. Like, imagine if I said the fucking N-word, like, goddamn. Fucking, I don't know what context I ever would say it, but I'd be out. I'd be gone. Or maybe I'd be able to get away with it, because I'm not a huge YouTuber. But, like, imagine in, like, a couple years where, you know, let's say hypothetically I have, like, 500,000 subscribers or whatever, and someone digs up a video from 5 years ago, me saying the N-word once, and all of a sudden it's just the graph is just taking a nosedive. I don't know. But yeah. too many people disliking about watching the whole video. Dude makes great points. I'll still watch AVGN because I like Rolf's personality, but you'll have to admit he does seem like he doesn't give a shit half the time. The youthful energy is gone. I agree. But it's gone to the point where it's like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I remember there was one video where Aaron was like, we shouldn't say people are crazy because that's offensive. It's like, crazy is possibly one of the most inoffensive fucking things you can say on the internet nowadays. Someone's crazy. It's like, whoa, crazy, big deal. Like, I don't know. But, alright, my dudes, it's time for me to go. I gotta go look after my kids. Oh fuck, man, 5:40 was an hour and 40 minutes ago. I'm in deep shit, so I really gotta go. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me for this stream. I really enjoyed doing this. I'll probably do another one at some point. I was toying with the idea of doing like a stream where we watch the podcast together and we all comment on what's happening. But I don't know if I'll get in trouble with YouTube for doing that, but we'll see. But I might do it on Twitch or something. So usually I'm live streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time anyway. But yeah, thank you guys for I mean, fucking feel free. Like, I don't know if my email is on the on my YouTube page, but if it isn't, then it's patgordon1996@gmail.com. So if you want to send me shit, then go right ahead. I'm also on Reddit as Damned in Black. If you can find me on the Cinemassacre Truth subreddit, I'm usually commenting on shit. But I mean, maybe it'll be more tolerable when you're watching it with other people. But watching it by yourself will be pretty boring. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't know when I'm gonna do another stream like this, but because I don't have any time. But yeah, maybe sometime later this week I'll do another stream and we can all have a jolly good laugh at some Cinemassacre Truth memes and yeah, we'll get into it. So thank you guys for watching. You've all been wonderful. I hope you have a great day or night, wherever you are. And I will see you guys next time. Cheers.